Here we go. The Return of Swamp Thing.
Hello guys, I'm Combo Movie Film Productions, and welcome back to the DC Film Retrospective. Today's film is a sequel that nobody expected to be made, and is quite often forgot about. The Return of Swamp Thing. The sequel was put into production a few years after the original's release, but not due to the first one being a hit, because it wasn't. It was mainly due to Alan Moore's role on the character, which made him super popular, and the producers, including Benjamin Milnicker, saw an opportunity to bring back Swamp Thing. And with getting some of the old cast back and some new cast, along with getting the director of Chopping Mall to do the film in 30 days, which he did in 27, it was made and released in the theaters in May 1989, where it didn't do well with critics nor was it a box office hit. But the character did go on to have 3 TV shows, the biggest being the 1990 series that saw Dick DeRock reprising his role and connecting to the first 2 films with it lasting 3 seasons. Also, there was an animated series that was made simultaneously that got canned after 5 episodes, and most recently he got a new show on the DC Universe surface that got cancelled after 1 episode, despite it has a full season of episodes. But anyways, with the history out of the way, let's get into the plot. The film is set a little while after the first one, where Arcane got resurrected from his death at the end of the first Swamp Thing and managed to repress his mutation that turned into that terrible fake werewolf thing, but is now looking for immortality so he can sustain his human form, because if he doesn't get an amount of human energy after a certain time, he will die. Meanwhile, his stepdaughter Abby, played by Heather Locklear, is going to the swamps to find the questions about the mysterious death of her mother. Arcane is experimenting with many types of humans and animals to recreate what happened to Swamp Thing, played by Dick DeRock, who is also in the first movie that I forgot to mention. Arcane now has a team of scientists, the head being Dr. Zor-El, played by Sarah Douglas, who also played Ursa in the first 2 Superman movies. But anyways, Arcane also has an army of bodyguards that go out to the swamps daily to find Swamp Thing and kill him, or whenever one of Arcane's monsters goes loose. Like in the opening scene of the film, where one of them kills some hunters and then tries to attack a couple of kids in a trailer park, but Swamp Thing saves them, and for the rest of the film, the kids try to find Swamp Thing and take a picture of him for 10 grand. Meanwhile, Swamp Thing meets Abby after he saves her from a couple of hillbilly rapists, and then the two start to kill a romance. Since she loves plants, it frequently talks to them at work. As they are having chemistry, the 2 kids get attacked to keep Swamp Thing distracted as they take Abby back to the mansion to get experimented on. And then after that, Arcane's goons blow up Swamp Thing in the swamp. But he resurrects himself when a piece of him gets through his sewer system and into one of Arcane's bathtubs when Dr. Zor-El is taking a bath, because her and Arcane have a fling, but finds out that she also may be experimented on due to her genetic code being one of the only ones that can support Arcane's transformation into immortality. Abby tries to escape but gets experimented on, and the life is sucked out of her and into Arcane as he kills Dr. Zor-El because she tries to betray him by switching up the vials. Then Swamp Thing starts being all of Arcane's goons and causes the entire mansion to explode, killing Arcane in the process, as Swamp Thing resurrects Abby and the 2 run off together as credits roll. In my opinion, this is a massive step up from the first film. It's a lot more cheesy, but with this concept, I'm fine with it being goofy. The film is still a little light on substance and plot, but feels a lot more coherent and entertaining than the first film. The makeup is amazing from Swamp Thing, the other monsters that are in the movie, along with the special effects not being as dated as the first film. Along with the makeup stepping up, the action also improves here, with it being a lot more exciting, filmed and edited well to make it constantly engaging. It's not amazing, but it's quite fun. The movie knows what it is and doesn't try to be anything else. The romance can have some fun bits along with the kids searching for Swamp Thing, and some of the acting is good in here. And also, I don't mind Swamp Thing's voice in the movie, although it takes a little while to get used to. It's a decent midnight B movie. The film is fun, but does have some major issues that hold it back. First off, there are some bits in here that could have been cut out, mainly with the kids. There are funny moments here and there, but I really couldn't stand the kids in the movie, and their audio dubbing fails very often the rest of the film. The romance as well could have done better. I feel like it wasn't natural enough, and because of how fast-paced the whole film is, it feels rushed and it could have been given more development. Along with that, apart from the main cast, some of the acting here is quite bad. I already mentioned the kids earlier, was they are kids, so I'll give them a pass, but a lot of the bodyguards and side villains weren't that good either in the film. The movie has some plot holes connecting to the first film, with Arcane suddenly no longer being a monster, and they give a vague explanation as to why he's back. I'm not asking for that god-awful werewolf suit to come back, but I have a better explanation. Some of the changes can be a little jarring at first, like the voice, which Dick DeRock and the director had no idea about the new voice into the premiere, and it does take a little bit to get used to. Also, the film wastes some opportunities, like with all the monsters Arcane locks up could have been a cooler third act, and I wish we had more interaction between Swamp Thing and Arcane, since he basically just sits in the mansion for the whole movie. All in all, The Return of Swamp Thing is an improvement over the first film that's a lot more fun to watch and knows what it is. The makeup is great, the action is fun, the dialogue can be funny at points. The film moves at a fast pace, introduces some cool ideas, and is not as dated as the first film, but it does suffer from a lot of the same problems as the first film, just a lesser extent of it. like his very thin plot, unnecessary side plots and characters, some bad acting, some missed potential, plot holes, some jarring aspects. Overall, it just rounds out to being an okay movie for what it is. It's not great, it's not even that good, but if you're in the mood for Swamp Thing beating up bad guys for 90 minutes straight, it's better than the first one at least. I give The Return of Swamp Thing a C+, a 6 out of 10, and a streamer recommendation. So that's The Return of Swamp Thing. What do you guys think about it? Leave your thoughts down in the comments and please make sure to like and subscribe to more content. I'm Combo Movie Film Productions, and this isn't the last DC film to review because justice needs to be served.